All right, let's jump on into it. Welcome you guys to a Tuesday sales skills call. Today we're going to be working on how to schedule and set Zoom video calls. All right, so the thing right now, as we're dealing with this kind of outbreak, this pandemic, if you will, it's been tougher to set face-to-face appointments. So what I've been suggesting a lot of you do is shift the focus from the face-to-face in-home appointment to a Zoom video conference call, okay? So I'm gonna go through it today with you guys, and I'll give you guys some clarity on what the strategy looks like and what it sounds like. And then we're all gonna practice it. And we're gonna get as much practice as we can in the next 30 to 45 minutes, okay? So today we're gonna work on the script on how to schedule these appointments. Next week, we'll work on the actual Zoom presentation itself. Here is the strategy. When you are prospecting for sale by owners, expireds, absentee owners, any lead source that you guys are calling right now, the strategy was, and we'll go back to here shortly, scheduling the face-to-face meeting for all the reasons you guys all know about, right? Why the face-to-face meeting is so important. Now, right this second, as we're dealing with this shutdown, we're scheduling Zoom video calls. But just so you guys are aware, I don't know about your state. Let me just ask you guys, how many of you are in markets right now where your governors are opening up restrictions on real estate? Michigan, so Chris, Jade, Jonathan, okay, cool. Michigan opens up on Thursday. So this little strategy that's been very, very important over the last 30 days will still hold relevance in this new world that we're in. It may not hold as much relevance, but I still want you guys to have this in your back pocket to use for the rest of your career, okay? So as you're prospecting these different lead sources, you have to shift the conversation a lot from getting face-to-face, which has been very simple for most of you. Most of you have told me, you know, it's easy to get face-to-face. It's easy to get in the home. Well, these appointments are not as easy to set. Why? Because they have a specific focus. What is that specific focus? It's literally talking about what we call the backup plan, but we're reviewing their situation, what it is that we do, and if there's an alignment for us to sell the property on the seller's behalf. Let me answer any questions about that. Typically, this is all about sales skills on these calls, but I want to make sure from a strategy standpoint that what I said makes sense. So if you have questions, you can they unmute themselves right now? You guys can unmute yourselves and I can clarify before we start getting into the skills. Everyone makes sense? Just give me a thumbs up if it makes sense. If you have questions about that, just unmute yourself. All right, I guess we're all good. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, it's that's exactly what I've been running into.
Turn your volume up so we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Where am I going to do that?
Oh, there we go. I got you, Bob. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I've been running into. You get it. It's not hard to get a conversation going, but actually getting into the house, that's where I've run into. I've just gotten stopped out at getting into their house. So I'm real interested in how to get into doing these Zoom meetings.
Perfect. Okay, good. So that's exactly what we're going to cover right now. So when you're communicating with prospects, there has to be this thing that I call the value exchange. Everyone in this program has to get very, very good at exchanging value with a prospect in exchange for a meeting, in exchange for an email address, in exchange for a Zoom meeting. Okay, you can't keep it vague, and you have to be very good at articulating that value. In this case, the value that we're talking about, you guys, is this backup plan. But I'm going to ask Jade. Go ahead and unmute Jade, Colton. Jade, I want you to explain to everybody, when I say backup plan to this group right here, what am I saying in reality?
You're talking about our value proposition and what we offer, specifically like the Net Savvy Seller Program, flexible commission, and no handcuff listing.
So yes, you're right. Does anybody want to add anything to that? I'm going to add a little bit more clarity. Sarah, you want to add anything to that? Mary, you want to add anything to that? All right, Go ahead, Sarah.
I think you're basically subtly asking for a listing appointment. Like
Bev just hit it. Just hit it. The reason why, thank you, Bev. Sarah, do you want to add something? Sorry, I totally just cut you off.
No, I think everyone got it.
All right. So what Bev said, you guys, is exactly right. The old traditional way of selling is, and you guys have all heard me do this, it's getting down on one knee and proposing. That's like the Mike Ferry way. That's the Tom Ferry way. It's getting down on your knee and proposing to a seller to say, Bob, Mr. Olson, I'd like to come by and show you what I can do to get your property listed and get it on the market. Well, what happens is you get tons of rejection. You get tons of pushback. It's what every other agent is saying. So remember what our core principle is, speaking in hypotheticals. When we speak in hypotheticals, Jonathan, what does this do? When you speak in hypotheticals to a prospect, it's designed to do one specific thing. What is it?
Take away the fear.
What's that?
Take away the anxiety.
Nailed it. Good job. It's to remove the resistance. So from a skills perspective, Bob and everybody else that's new to the program, when you speak to a human based on hypotheticals in the future, all the threat, all the resistance, all of the pushback, all of the anxiety around taking that next step with you dissipates. That is what you guys all have to master with reverse selling. So let me give you an example of what that sounds like. We're going to go through the whole script in just a minute, but what that sounds like is this. Unmute Sarah for me. So if Sarah was my prospect, let me give you a couple of scripts on how to remove the threat. And I want you guys to all practice this with your role play partners. And I love that you guys are jumping on these Zoom group calls to do your calls together. But you would say something like this, Sarah, at this point, let's not agree to do anything. What I'd like to do is possibly talk about a strategy for you to fall back on in the future, in the event, Sarah, you don't end up selling the property on your own. Would that be fair? Would you be open to that? Do you think that's unreasonable? Right? All of those types of messaging is what you guys have to master in order to remove the threat. Sarah, you with me?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So let's go through the script. Sarah, I'm going to use you as the seller. I'm going to be the agent. And my only focus, Sarah is a for sale by owner. I am me, or I am you. And my goal for the call is to do one thing, and that is to get on a Zoom. It is not to list the property, okay? So I am selling this Zoom meeting. Remember what we talked about, the value exchange must be pure. So what value will Sarah get from this thing in order for her to get on a 15, 20-minute call with me? That is my only goal. So Sarah, you ready?
I am.
All right, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah, this is Brandon. I'm a local real estate agent. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing great. Listen, you're probably getting a ton of phone calls from real estate agents. I saw your property go up for sale, Sarah, and I was just curious if you'd be open to working with an agent if they brought you a buyer at this time.
Yeah, I mean, we love agents who bring fully qualified buyers.
Awesome, awesome. And so where your property is located right there downtown Charlotte, I love the area. Why not stay there?
We just need something bigger, so we're going to move out to the suburbs.
Awesome. How's traffic been kind of with this pandemic, this shutdown? Are people stopping by? Are you getting calls? Has it been slower? What's your experience been so far?
Lots of calls, mainly from realtors. I've had a couple of people stop by offering cash, obviously much lower than we want to pay. So that's kind of been how it is.
Got it. Makes sense. Well, can I ask you this? I mean, based on what I see online and the price that you guys are offering, Sarah, chances are you probably end up selling the property on your own. But for some reason, Sarah, 30, 60, 90 days goes by and you're unsuccessful selling on your own. Would you consider at some point in the future interviewing great agents to help you get the property sold? And be honest.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty reluctant. Of course, we don't want to get to that point, but I mean, maybe we could consider it down the line. Definitely not anytime soon.
Perfect. And I'm with you 100%, regardless of what other agents are telling you, Sarah, right now. I honestly believe that with a property like yours in the area it's located at, the price point you're at, I do believe you will be successful. And so I guess here's my thoughts. Typically, what I do is I'd come by, take a look at your property, give you some feedback, talk about the market. And when I'm there, I would walk you through our for sale by owner backup strategy in the event you had to fall back on something. Right now, we're not doing those. What I would propose is this, and Sarah, I really don't mind, is I'd like to schedule 15, 20 minutes with you on a video call to walk you through specifically a plan for you to consider in the back of your mind to fall back on in 3, 4, 5 months from now in the event you're unsuccessful. Would you be open to that? Do you think that's unreasonable?
Yeah, I mean, I would be open to that.
So let's do this. I'm going to tentatively get some time with you on my calendar. I typically do these in the afternoons or early evenings. What looks better for you? Thursday, Friday this week? Anything open?
Yeah, I can do like Friday afternoon.
All right. So let's tentatively shoot for 2 o'clock. I'm going to send you an email with a calendar invitation. There's going to be a link to Zoom. Zoom's just a simple video conferencing platform. It'll be 15, 20 minutes. I will walk you through a plan for you to consider down the road, and you can use in your back pocket in the event you need it. Fair enough?
That's fair enough.
Awesome. What's the best email for you typically?
Sarah@sarah.com.
Cool. I'll send you a quick email. If I have to change that appointment for whatever reason, I'll do that. But for right now, let's plan Friday at 2 o'clock. Sound fair?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome. Well, you have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you Friday. So that's the script, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the approach. Go ahead, Sarah.
No, it's awesome. It was very conversational. It was very like, no pressure. This is what I can do for you. I'm not expecting anything in return, at least not right now.
That's right. I even throw in there from time to time, which I didn't in this role play, but I will even throw in there at Sarah, listen, just to make sure that we're on the same page. At no time will I try to convince you to list your property before you're ready. And I want you to know that up front. My goal is to be a resource, and I'd go down that road as well. So I would even throw that in there, because what I'm trying to do is I want to push that risk as far away as possible. I'm doing another thing, Sarah. Did you catch the other thing that I'm trying to do, or how did you feel?
I mean, I felt that it was just very like, it was not salesy. It was not, you were offering me a solution to a problem that I don't have yet. And yeah, I mean.
Tell me more about that. You are like right there on the finish line.
Foreshadowing that there's going to be a problem down the road, and you were offering me a solution and foreshadowing that problem was going to happen.
Well, it's actually, you had it and then you lost it. It's the opposite of that. I'm giving you the illusion of control that this thing will never happen. That's why that's where you got to get to. You have to make it appear. You have to be so supportive, you guys, to the for sale by owner, where they don't think it's even reasonable that they don't sell the property on their own. That's how you set a lot of these appointments. You make it seem as if they're going to sell this thing without an agent, without a shadow of a doubt. The second they start to smell that you think they can't sell on your own is when you're going to get all the pushback. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the key. All right. So, Sarah, now that I've got you unmuted, let's start to practice this thing. So I want you guys to screw it up. I want you to get sweaty. I want you to get the red things in your neck, all uncomfortable. That is the normal thing I want to have happen here. So we're going to spend the next 30, 40 minutes getting through as many role plays as possible. You guys can go back and listen to these recordings as much as we can. So Sarah, why don't we grab you, and I'm going to grab John, is it Salazar? Did I say that right? Yeah, all right, cool. Let's unmute John. John, you are going to be the seller. You're going to be the for sale by owner. Sarah is going to be the agent. So, did you find him, Colton? Oh, yeah, I don't know what, that's weird. John, you want to try to unmute yourself real quick? There you go.
Can you guys hear me now?
We got you.
Perfect.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you, Brandon. You're awesome.
I appreciate that. All right, Sarah, let's jump into it. Give it a shot.
All right, here we go. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, this is Sarah, and I'm a local realtor. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good. I saw your property at 123 Main show up. and I know that you're selling it yourself. But I was just curious, were you open to working with a buyer with an agent if an agent was able to bring you a fully qualified buyer?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay, great. And so what brings you, where are you headed after your property sales? Are you staying local or are you moving out of state?
I'm staying local, moving down the street.
Oh, awesome. Great. Do you have a house picked out already or?
Not yet. Just looking, just looking around.
Oh, okay. Do you have a time frame of kind of when you want to be there?
Not really.
Oh, okay, so no time frame at all. Okay, great. Awesome. Yeah, I'm totally lost on this.
No
Sorry,
problem.
I don't have the script in front of me. I've never.
That was my first time, so sorry. My daughter
Yeah,
messed it
no,
up
sorry.
too.
Okay,
Let
let me just
me
try to
give
pick
you
it back
some
up again.
Let me give you guys some advice. What I'm about to say will help change your sales career forever. Think less about what you're going to say and focus on what the prospect is saying. You'll never be lost for words again. So whatever the prospect tells you, Sarah, the reason why you use the word conversational, it was because you and I were like having a beer together at a restaurant.
Right.
Feel like it was salesy. These are your words. You said conversational, not salesy. The reason why you're coming across salesy is because you're trying to figure out which phrase I'm going to say next. Where's the script want me to go? Whatever John tells you, build on that. That's what makes it conversational. What makes it salesy is this. So Sarah, let me ask you this. Watch how weird this is going to sound, you guys. So I ask Sarah, let me ask you this, where your property is located, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm really curious what has you guys wanting to move and go somewhere else. Sarah says,
oh, we just need more space, or we're moving down the street. I don't know.
Got it. So are you going to consider interviewing agents at some point in the future? That's what I don't want you to do. So don't even answer that.
Yeah.
I want you to build on what she told me. To ask the next question on the script without digging deep, without using what the prospect says, there's no bridge. A bridge is what makes it seem conversational. So I would say to Sarah, awesome. So you need something bigger. Are you guys planning to stay downtown? She would say,
yes, we are.
Cool. What is it that you guys love so much about the downtown area?
I mean, there's just coffee shops and, fun restaurants, things like that.
Awesome. And your property right now looks about 1,300 square feet. How much do you need as far as the new home goes? How much space are you guys looking for?
I mean, we would like to double it for sure.
See how this is just natural? This is like
Brandon,
having, a beer, just talking. Like
so
you
basically,
were my, what's that?
So basically taking initiative and discovering new needs, like different
That's
needs.
it. You just nailed it, John. It's all about self-discovery. The foundation of reverse selling is finding out someone's current situation, current problems, current pain points, and asking more questions about that pain, not jumping on it like the little boy at prom night. Don't get excited. You're not selling anything. All right. So, all right, Sarah, I'm going to pick on somebody else. Good job. Mary, now I'm going to pick on Mary. Jonathan, you're going to be the seller. Go ahead and unmute your guys' selves. And Mary, schedule a Zoom meeting with Mr. Martinez.
Okay, ready? Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. Martinez?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Mr. Martinez, this is Mary. I'm a local realtor. How are you today?
Oh, I'm excellent. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thanks for asking. Just trying to survive this craziness going on right now. Hey, I just saw your home up on Main Street come up for sale, and I see that you're selling it on your own. But I was just curious if you're open to working with buyer's agents if one were able to bring you a fully qualified buyer.
Yeah, we are willing to participate. We'll do 2% for a buyer's agent.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very generous of you. I'm just looking at your Zillow ad here. I just had a few questions, if that's okay.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, from the pictures here, they look great, by the way. It looks like you're still living here. Is that right?
Yes, it is. Yeah, we're still in the house.
Right, right. And what are your plans kind of for when you move? Are you staying local for showings or are you going to be headed out of town?
No, we'll just leave when people come on to see the house.
Okay, you're leaving town. Okay. Well, and where are you headed to?
We're just moving around the corner. We're actually getting a condo. We need less stairs.
Oh, nice, nice. And did you use an agent to purchase that property?
Yeah, way back in 2006, we had an agent.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Hey, I didn't see this anywhere online. Did you happen to know how old the roof and the windows are off the top of your head?
Roof was about 5 or 6 years old. Windows are original, so they're not good.
Okay, nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's pretty well updated and it looks like you did a really great job. You know, with the market being the way it is, homes are still selling like no problem. So I'm sure you're definitely going to have no problem selling this on your own, especially with the way everything is. But say, hey, 30, 60, 90 days goes by and you haven't gotten the offer you're looking for, are you going to consider interviewing agents to help you?
Yeah, eventually. Of course, I'd have to talk it over with my wife.
Right, right. Well, that makes sense. Well, hey, usually I like to schedule time to see homes, but you know, with everything going on, I can understand if you're not open to that. So just what I'm doing to help out for sale by owners during this time is I'm scheduling video conferences to just kind of go over some tips and some tips that would actually show you how you can actually sell on your own. Would you be interested in maybe sitting down with me for about 10 to 15 minutes on a video conference?
Yeah, possibly. Let me talk to my wife and just see if she's open to it.
All right.
Okay.
So Mary, and I'm not going to give that much feedback, you guys, because I want other people to get practice. I'm going to give quick feedback. So be ready. I'm going to call on all of you. Okay. But Mary, make sure that you're not asking permission. You're proposing a solution that you don't care about the result. When you do that, like you just did, you're begging for objections. You are begging for them to say no, right? You kept saying what I'm doing. Make it about them. Make it about them. Well, here's what I would propose then. Here's what I'd like to do next, right? So don't say, would you be open to that? Or I forget the way you put it.
Yeah.
You know, but you're not.
I feel like you're right about that. I do get a lot of objections because I'm saying, I'm not telling, I'm asking.
Yeah. So just watch
to
that.
Tell. Okay, here's what I'd like to do. Okay.
That's exactly right. Chris Worth and Tane, you are on the hot seat. Okay. Tane, I want you to schedule some time with Mr. Chris Worth on a video call.
To get going, if you can.
Where's Tane? Oh, hey Tane.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What's going on, bro?
Good, good. All right, cool. So I'll go, I guess. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey there. My name is Tane. I'm a local realtor. How you doing today?
Oh man, doing amazing. Thanks for asking.
Cool, cool. Glad to hear that, sir. Hey, I saw your home go up for sale. I know you're selling it on your own. I was just curious on if you're open to working with a buyer's agent if an agent brought a fully qualified buyer.
Yeah, I think we're willing to pay like, 2.5%.
Okay, cool. That's very generous of you. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Let me ask you this, Chris. I couldn't tell too well from the pictures, but do you guys still live in the home, or have you guys already moved out?
We're in the process of moving out, but we still sleep there.
Okay, cool, cool. Where are you guys off to?
We moved like 2 blocks, or we're moving
nice.
2 blocks.
Nice, nice. Yeah, it's a lovely neighborhood. Can't seem to get out of there, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, let me ask you this, Chris. With the market being so good right now, I'm sure you'll have no issue selling the home on your own.
Sure.
But if for some reason you can't, let's say a month or 2 goes by, you're not gonna be looking at any other options until then, right? Such as possibly considering interviewing agents.
Potentially. I think realistically we can sell it. We priced it right. Our neighbor's home sold in like under 2 days, or it's under contract in like under 2 days. We shouldn't have no problems.
Yeah. I honestly don't think you guys will have an issue at all. being in that market that you're in, the neighborhood, you're definitely right. Your neighbors definitely sold relatively quick. The other ones as well. But again, this is, let's say 30, 60, 90 days go by and you can't seem to get the offer you want, then you would possibly consider interviewing agents to help you get the home on the market and the highest price, right?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Cool. So here's normally what I like to do, Chris. Anytime a home hits the market, whether it's for sale by owner or on the MLS, I like to just preview the home in person just so I could get a good idea of what it looks like. However, with this whole COVID-19 situation, I know how some home sellers are not really allowing previews. So what I'd like to do tomorrow, if you're available around 3 to 5 p.m., I'd like to maybe possibly jump on a Zoom call with you quickly. And what I'd like to do is just get a quick preview of the home. And while I'm on the phone with you, while I'm on the video chat with you, I actually leave with you some feedback, some tips to help you sell the home on your own, and as well a backup plan for down the road in case if you guys ever need any help. How's 3 p.m. sound for you, Chris?
I think that sounds pretty good.
Okay, perfect. What's a good email address for you?
It's Christopher@Christopher.com.
All right, perfect, Chris. I'll go ahead and send you an email with the calendar invite. In there, you'll see a Zoom link, which will allow you to pretty much get access to the app. And tomorrow, we'll jump on a quick video chat so you can put a face and name. Again, I'll just give you quick tips and feedback and as well a backup plan for down the road, Chris. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, Chris.
All right, sounds like a plan. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
He did really good. Like,
Tane just destroyed that. Like, he just nailed that. So there's some things that really came out. Tane, phenomenal job. But Mary, did you hear how he used assumptive language? What I like to do is this, right? And he's serving Chris through that recommendation. And so a couple really quick things. Tane stayed calm.
For sure.
He wasn't that overly bubbly salesperson. It's like, oh, God, here's another sales guy. He was very calm. He was genuinely curious, right? He asked a question, didn't get the right answer, and came back and asked Chris the question again, right? And then he used assumptive language. So Tane did a great job of using some of our core principles to set that appointment. That's why all of you looked at that and said, damn, that was good, right? Chris, what do you think?
And he never stopped leaning in his chair. He's too cool.
Right.
The entire time, he's like, yeah, I'm the man for sure. So he did really good.
Tane, nice job. All right, so Chris, you're going to be the agent, and Blake, you are going to be the seller. Even though you got a terrible shirt on today, you're still going to participate.
Go green.
My father-in-law would love you for that. All right, Chris, hit it, my man.
Right on. All right, ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Mr. Blake?
Yes, this is.
Hey, Blake, this is Christopher, a local realtor. I noticed that you're selling your property. Has it went under contract or is it still for sale at this point in time?
It's still for sale.
Right on. So quick question for you. Are you guys open to working with an agent if they brought you a fully qualified buyer?
Yeah. If you've got a qualified buyer and they're serious, yeah, I mean, we definitely look at it. I mean, we're offering 2.5% to an agent.
Okay, that's awesome and very generous of you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
For sure. And so I was looking through the pictures and they look amazing. Did you guys do the photography?
Yeah, I did. I got one of them fancy little iPhones there, so it helps out.
You're the man for sure. And so, question: are you guys like still in the property, or have you already moved?
We still live here.
Okay. All right. And then how are you guys handling showings?
I mean, we're having people wear masks and gloves when they come in. I mean, we're still doing showings, but we make sure that they haven't been sick recently, and then obviously that they're not sick currently. But we make sure that they're wearing masks and gloves and stuff like that, just to make sure. So, but we're still doing them.
Right on. And so, like, with the market being so good, I'm sure you guys will have no problem getting a property sold, right? Let's just say 30, 60, 90 days pass by. Are you guys going to be open to interviewing agents to get the job done for you?
Yeah, I mean, possibly. I think you're right, though. I think we won't have a problem selling it.
Not at all, man. Like, when I seen the photos, I thought you guys, like, have you sold property before?
A couple times, and that's why we're doing it again, because I've done it a couple times.
I can tell, bro. I can certainly tell. All right, so
thank you.
Usually what I would do is I would come view the properties with all of this COVID-19 stuff going on. I'm not doing it so much right now. So what I would like to propose to you is it's pretty much like a Zoom call. I would still like to preview the property because in the event that the 30, 60, 90 days comes up, I would want to be pretty much a backup, a resource for you guys. And I have some information that can pretty much cause a home to get sold. So with that being said, I have some open availability on Wednesday, Thursday around 4. Does any of those days work for you?
Yeah, Thursday works.
All right,
Thursday works.
Thursday at 4?
Sure. Yeah, that looks good.
Good deal. What's your email address?
It's btgalley@gmail.com.
Fantastic. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you pretty much a Google Calendar link so that you'll have it. And I'll send the link for the Zoom and we'll just get it going from there.
All right. Sounds great.
All right, man. See you soon.
All right.
Awesome job,
Bye.
Chris.
Yep.
So that was good. Chris comes across very friendly, non-threatening anyway. So that you should keep playing on that. Double down on that. All right.
Sure.
Douglas, you are on deck, my friend, Mr. Evora, and Drake, you are going to be the seller.
Sounds good.
I know, Drake, I know you're brand new, Drake, so we'll be easy on you today. You just have to be the seller. Is that fair?
Yes, because my heart just fell in my butt.
That's all good. That's what these calls are all about. We want to make hearts fall in butts as much as we can. So, Douglas, go ahead and do your thing. You are the agent, and Drake, you are a for sale by owner.
Ring.
Yeah, hey.
Hey, good morning. This is Douglas. I'm a local realtor. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Good. Saw the house here on 123 Main Street. I know you're trying to sell on your own. Just curious if you're open to working with a buyer's agent. They can bring you a fully qualified.
Yeah, but it's a real low percentage we're offering.
And no, I hear you. Do you still live in the home, sir, or is it vacant right now?
No, we still live in it.
Got you. And where are you off to when the home sells? Oh, I think my connection's fucked up. Can you hear me? Sorry, my connection. I think my connection's like messed up. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I'll just go again. Where are you off to when the home sells?
Oh, we're actually upgrading. We're moving to a nicer neighborhood.
Nice. Good for you. I'm actually looking at the pictures now. The home seems very nice. I'm looking at the price. Price seems reasonable. So don't think I'm selling it. But if the house stays on the market for, let's say, a month or two, are you going to look at any other plan B? Does maybe work with the agent?
Yeah, but I don't think I'll have that problem.
Not with that either. Chris, I'm sorry, Drake. Fuck. Sorry, can you guys hear me? My connection's like all over the place.
I hear like some of the last bit of your whatever you're saying.
Bits and pieces, Doug. So if you want,
Mind if I just keep going? I want to finish.
Yeah, go ahead. Keep rolling.
All right, cool. So Drake, what I'm actually doing right now with the circumstance that we're under, I'm actually previewing houses that are fresh on the market via Zoom, which is basically a video call. So what I propose, if it's okay with you, are you free maybe tomorrow in the afternoon or evenings just so I get a better look at the house and maybe give you some tips on selling the home, as well as give you a plan B in case in the future you do decide to look at any plan Bs in the future?
Yeah, I'm usually around in the afternoons.
Okay, great. So I'll put you on my calendar for 3 o'clock. Does that sound fair?
Let's do 4.
4? Yeah, no problem. And Drake, what's the best email for you? I'll go ahead and just send you over my my information just so you know who you will be talking to tomorrow.
Drake.absher, 1 at Gmail.
Great. So Drake, as soon as we get off this call, I'll send you my information just so you know who you'll be talking to. And I plan to get to meet you on a video call tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Sounds fair?
Sure.
Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, Doug, real quick. I know you got to go. Let me give you a couple little pieces of feedback, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So your tone is okay, right? You're calm. You're not overly excited. But at the same point, you do want to have some enthusiasm, right? So there's a difference between enthusiasm and overly excited. And then I want you to really slow down the pace. So Drake's pace, this is where you have to mirror and match a little bit. So his pace was very slow, very kind of, he wasn't giving you a lot, right? Which makes the calls even harder. So Drake, I would imagine you're like an analytical type personality, or is that right, Drake?
Yeah, very.
Very. Okay. So I could tell that's the thing I'm listening for, you guys. I'm going to help you guys sell to different personalities in the future. But Doug, you've got to listen for that, right? So
that's what I usually do. But I think just because I'm on the call, I do get a little nervous. So I'm just kind of.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then make sure that you are listening and then asking at least one more question based on what they say to you. That will make it a little bit more conversational. Make sense?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Great job.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So let's grab Bev and Clevenger. Where'd he just go? He just tried to drop off, so I wouldn't call on him. I know it.
Nope, I'm here.
What's going on, Mike? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, brother.
Good. Bev, you are going to be the agent. Michael, you're going to be the homeowner.
All right.
All right, Bev, hit it when you are ready.
Okay, Rick.
Hello.
Hi, Mike. This is Beverly. I'm a local realtor. How are you?
I'm good.
Hey, Mike. So I saw your house go up for sale in Boise, and I know you're selling it on your own. I was just curious if an agent brought you a qualified buyer, are you willing to cooperate with an agent?
Yes, we are. We're paying 3%.
Oh, well, that's great. Have you already moved, or is the house or are you still living in the house?
We are still here.
Oh, okay. Well, looking at the property right now, and it looks like a great house. Where are you to?
We're actually going to stay in the area. We just need a bigger place because of the kids.
Oh, because of the kids. So you're upsizing. Wonderful, wonderful. Sorry.
That's all right.
So Mike, I'm just curious. So what I'm trying to do, Mike, is I'm trying to set up a preview, usually to look at the properties that just hit the market. And typically I would set up a preview, but right now with the COVID happening, I would like to request if I can do a video conference with you to go through your property. I do have availability on my schedule for this to happen tomorrow at 1 or 5. Would that be something that we can arrange?
Yeah, I think that would work.
Wonderful, wonderful. In the meantime, do I end with that if I got the appointment?
Here's what we're gonna do. That's all right. That's why we are here. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to go rapid fire for the next 20 minutes. We're going to go rapid fire, and we're going to work on the question. The question that all of you must absolutely master. Has to come second nature, and that is this. Mr. Seller, let me ask you this. If 30, 60, 90 days goes by and you are unsuccessful selling the property for whatever reason, would you at that point consider helping or consider other options? Consider working with agents, consider interviewing agents, consider, whatever you want to place there. That is the question that all of you are scared shitless to say that you must get good at. Okay?
Okay, I'll try again.
So hold on. We're just going to focus on that one question.
Okay.
So Bev, go ahead.
So Mike, I'm just curious if 30, 60, or 90 days goes by and you have not sold your home for some reason at that point, do you think you consider looking for other options?
Good job. All right, you don't have to answer. So none of you have to answer. I'm going to ask all of you unmute yourself. This is going to go fast. This is like the most fun part of the Tuesday call. So everyone unmute yourself. Look at Kane. Kane's getting ready for boxing. I love it. Everyone unmute yourself. Everyone unmute yourself. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. Here we go. Lori Hawkins, go.
Hey, I was just curious if 30, 60, 90 days down the road, not now. Oops, sorry, I dropped it. Not now, but somewhere down the road, if you're not able to sell your house on your own, are you open to other options?
Peter, go.
Hey, Brand, I'm just curious. If 30, 60, 90 days goes by and for some reason the house is still available, are you open to other options?
Heather, go. Got to be ready.
60 or 90 days.
Your connection's pretty bad. That's all right. Bob Olson, go.
Hi, Brandon. If it's very cool. With the market being what it is, I'm sure you're going to sell the house yourself. But if for any reason, after 30, 60, 90 days, would you explore other options to see if you could get the house moved?
Awesome job. James, go ahead.
You know, Brandon, if 30, 60, or 90 days down the road, have you thought about interviewing agents that may help you sell the house down the road?
Good job. Make sure you guys are pushing that out. When you ask that question, ask yourself that question. If the way I'm asking it, am I asking for an objection, or do I make it easy for someone to say, yeah, we'd be open to that? Watch. Sarah Rodwell, let me ask you this. I don't think you come across this, but in the next couple of months, like way out in the future, for some weird reason, you don't sell the property. At some point, would you consider looking at some other options? And be honest, right? Something like that is what you guys want to do to get the person for it to be easy for them to say, yeah, we don't sell this thing on our own. Sure, we'd be looking at some other options. Sarah, give it a shot.
So Brandon, if 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months from now, whatever, you find yourself in a position where you're just not able to sell your property, at that time, would you even consider looking at other options to get it sold?
That was freaking amazing. In my old life, I'd be using a different F word, but I get a lot of feedback that I need to use a different F word. That was great. Sarah, do it one more time.
So Brandon, if in 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, whatever, for some reason, you're not getting the home sold the way that you intend, would you consider looking at other options at that time to get your home sold?
Do it again.
So Brandon, if in 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, whatever, you find yourself in a position where you haven't been able to sell the house, at that time, would you consider looking at other options to get the property sold?
I mean, that is just like textbook good. Jade, you're on deck. Go.
Brandon, let me ask you this. I mean, I don't think you'll have any issue with 6, 9, 12 months goes by, way out in the future. You cannot sell the property on your own for whatever reason. Would you consider looking at other options, perhaps hiring an agent? And be honest.
Awesome job. Mary, go ahead.
Hey, Brandon, I don't think you're going to have any issue selling this home on your own, but say if for some reason 30, 60, 90 days goes by way off in the future and you're not getting the offers you wanted or just not getting the home sold, are you going to consider other options to help you get the home sold?
Awesome job. Just keep practicing that, Mary. You're so close, okay? You're so close. Write it out verbatim. Put it on your rearview mirror if you're driving, and just keep saying it to yourself over and over and over and over. John Salzer, you are up, my friend. Go ahead, give it a shot.
All right, I'm gonna try this out. Yeah, Brandon, I get you, man, and I hear you. Let me ask you this: if for any reason in 60 to 90 days, a year from now, you see yourself not selling the house at the price you want, or you're having trouble, would you consider interviewing great agents like myself in the future? How's that sound?
That's great, man. That's really good. That was your first time. I really like that. Right? If in 30,
I have sales experience, so like I'm. It's very easy for me to convince anybody, be it male, female. I have that gift.
That's great, man. Good job. I love it. I love the confidence. Looking for big things from you, Chris Worth. You're up.
Yes, sir. All right, Brandon, if for some reason 30, 60, 90 days pass by and you haven't sold the property, are you open to other opportunities to get the property sold?
Nice job.
Yes,
Bev, you're on.
Hey, Brandon, so I'm just curious, if 30, 60, 90 days goes by and you have not sold your home for some reason, at that point, do you think you would consider looking at other options to get your property sold? And be honest.
There you go. I love it. And to be honest. Good job. Drake, give it a shot.
All right, Brandon. Look, let's say for some reason down the road, 30, 60, or 90 days, you're not able to sell your home. Would you be open to interviewing great agents to help you sell the property?
Well done. That was the first time you've ever done that?
Yeah.
You have great tonality, great conviction in your voice. You're blessed with a great voice, and you just need to do that as many times as you can. You're gonna do just fine. Graham Norris, let's hear that awesome accent. I love it.
Hey, Brandon. Hey, if for any reason you don't sell your property in 30, 60, 90 days, would you consider other options in getting your home sold by a great agent?
Love it. Very curious. Nicely done. Peter from New York, give it to me.
Hey, Brandon, I'm just curious. If for some reason 30, 60, 90 days goes by and it's not sold yet, are you open to other options?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Do that one more time. And see the pause before the be honest. Do that one more time, Peter. That was really good.
Hey, Brandon, just curious. Let's say 30, 60, 90 days goes by and the house isn't sold for some reason. Are you open to other options? And be honest.
That's phenomenal. Tane, hit it.
Hey, with the market being so good right now, Brandon, I'm sure you'll have no issue selling the home on your own. But if for some reason a month or two goes by and you can't sell the home on your own, would you consider exploring other options to help you get the home sold, such as interviewing agents?
Nice. Nice. Shagari, you are up, my friend. There you go.
Hey, yeah, very, very cool. Like, I'm sure you'll have no issues selling on your own. But let's say 60, 180 days go by and you didn't sell and get the offer you want. Would you consider other options at that time? And be honest.
Nicely done. Great job. Great job. Blake, hit it.
Hey, Brandon. So in the off chance you can't get the property sold on your own, which I don't see that happening, but say 3 months, 5 months down the road, you can't get this thing sold. Would you be open to seeing what other options are at that point? And be honest.
Nicely done. You're so close. Once you get those words put together, Blake,
yeah,
you've got a lot of confidence, a lot of conviction in your voice too. So try that one more time.
Hey, Brandon, so in the off chance, say 3 months down the road, 5 months down the road, you can't get the property sold, which I don't see happening, but, in that off chance that happens, would you consider exploring your options at that point, possibly interviewing agents and be honest?
Great, great job. How's that feel coming off?
Better. I got to get it. Yeah. As soon as I critique the wording and get it down, I just got to practice it and it'll come
Sounds
out better.
great, man. All right, Lori Hawkins.
Brandon, I honestly don't think you're going to have any trouble selling this on your own. But let's just say 30, 60, 90 days down the road, not now, but just somewhere down the road, if the house doesn't sell for whatever reason, would you be open to exploring other options?
How can you say no to Lori? She's got the best Southern accent ever. I just want to talk to Lori Hawkins all day, every day. Hell yeah, I want to hire you. Great job. Austin Cook, hit it.
Brandon, if for some reason 30, 60, 90 days go by and you're unsuccessful selling your home for any reason, would you consider some other options, perhaps hiring an agent at that time?
Nice. Look at you. That was very, very well articulated. Good job. Roberto, go ahead, my friend. See if you unmute yourself. I'm going to go to Bill Carter. Bill, go ahead and unmute yourself and give it a shot.
Do it. Am I good?
You're good.
Hey, Brandon, as we had discussed before, I don't see you having any challenge at all in selling your property. But let me ask you a real quick question. In the event that 1 or 2 months go by and you don't get the price that you're looking for, would you consider looking at some other options?
Awesome job. Good. Michael Clevenger, go.
Brandon, I really don't think you're going to have a problem selling your home, especially in this market. But in the off chance something weird happens and 3, 6, 9 months go by and you can't sell this home, would you consider other options at that time? And be honest.
Lovely, lovely. Joseph Saldana.
Yes, sir.
Hit it.
I'm here. Okay. So, Brandon, I mean, with the market being so good, at least for now, right, I'm sure you're not going to have any issues, selling the property on your own. But, if for some reason, some weird reason, say a month or 2 goes by and, the process isn't going how, you'd like it to go, ideally, I assume you might, at that point, be open to other options for getting the property sold. Am I wrong?
Wow, look at him. That's like some Michael Jordan moves. That was awesome, Joseph. That was really good. You really are putting together a lot of skills inside of that messaging. And it was clear. It's more clear than you have been in the past. So I can tell you're really working on your scripts. Good job.
I got that one from Rob.
That's good. All right,
Good.
iPhone, you are up. I don't know who iPhone is, but your name is iPhone on the Zoom call. All right, who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? Cool. I don't know if he can unmute himself. All right, so yeah, Heather, you want to give it another shot? Let's see. I don't know if your internet connection is better now.
Hey, Brandon. So I don't think you'll have any trouble selling your home on your own. But if in the next 30, 60, or 90 days, something happens and it's not going the way you'd like it to, would you be open to exploring other options at that point?
There you go. Nicely done, Heather. Good job. How does that feel saying those words?
Good. First time ever.
I know it. I know it. You sound great. That's really nicely done. I would jump into some of these role plays with some of the people in this group and really try to nail that down. So you guys and girls, that is the question, regardless if we're going to schedule Zoom meetings or soon face-to-face appointments. When you can get good at getting people to say, yeah, we'd be open to that, you are going to schedule amazing preview appointments. You guys can do the same thing with all of your lead sources. This is the key secret to listing a lot of homes. You could say the same thing with an expired. You could say the same thing with an absentee owner, past client, center of influence, CPA, lawyer, all of those. You can use that same script. All right. So next week, we're going to focus on the actual Zoom presentation. And so all of that's going to happen is we're going to condense the face-to-face appointment into articulating the full value proposition through a Zoom video conference. So go back, watch this over and over again, get good at asking that question, and I'll see you guys on Thursday for our Q&A. Great call.
Thanks, Brandon.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brandon. Thanks.